already. All right,
No.
let's do it.
All right, YouTube. It's the couple you wanted, and we're going to be a threesome in a little bit. It's the
Uh-oh.
homie, Lamont Tyson, the living legend Larry, who always comes dressed and prepared with some of the best black gear on the planet Earth. And of course, y'all know this is my man, Masito. Get ready for Hightown. They coming back. But this review is about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 2 finale. Woo!
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, over here in my stack of stuff, you know I keep a stack of records. I said Warrell would die. I did say Marvin would die, but he's not dead. He ain't dead. I said Scrap was going to die, and I also said that fake-ass Aaliyah Zizer was going to die. And joining me right now is the living legend Larry. How did you like this episode, my brother?
Man, it was a pretty good episode. I think it was a pretty good episode. It was I wasn't sure where they were going to go with it. I had an idea, but I was like, the way they executed it, I think worked out really well. And you know, I'm kind of like, I hope we can all agree at this point. After Rockton started a war and had those Italians come shoot up the house where her baby lives, I hope we can all agree that Rock is not a good mama, that she is not doing all this for Kanan.
Larry, that was never a debate. Nobody's debating that. Nobody's debating that. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I feel of all the different finales that Power has had, I gotta say, Larry, this is at least number 1 or 2 most gratifying. And I'm gonna tell you why, Larry. Because they gave you enough of a cliffhanger to have you waiting for next season. They concluded some stories that needed to be concluded in the same episode.
Yeah.
And then they left you ready for season 3 for all the parts that they put in place that are going to happen. Most gratifying finale of all the Power shows that I've seen. And I want you guys to post me your comments down there. So, Larry, I got to do a this or that for the ladies, Larry. I got to. So, ladies, this or that, who you giving your panty draws to? Symphony Basket or Unique? Because that's the dilemma Rock is going to have next season. Because Symphony's coming back. And when he come back, is she going to want to go to the draws of a clean cut brother, or is she going to want to stick to them dirty draws of the street Negro Unique? Post your comments, ladies, and you can't say both. It's only one or the other one.
You never know, though. I'll tell you, there's one other one. There is something to be said about the draw of actual family, and she might want to go back to her baby daddy.
No way. I don't
know.
No. Larry, the word on the street, Larry, here's the word on the street. I know this is going to make you roll your eyes. The word on the street, people starting to think that the daddy is Breeze.
Man, everybody been saying, every time something comes up, everybody wants to throw Breeze's name out there like he's always the unknown, the unknown everything. The president of the United States came out and got shot. It was Breeze did it.
So
somebody found the cure to cancer but lost it. It was Breeze who did it.
So somebody is saying Larry is Neek married. He's not married. But we clearly saw that he's with his baby mama. But you know what? When there are some special draws that come around and you be like, you know what? They're down with that. Let me get them draws. And apparently Rock is them draws for him. So Larry, let's dive on into this thing. Let's dive on into it.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Right.
But I wouldn't mess with her. She's Black Widow.
And the way they done the story, Larry, the way they done this story of them two getting to this point, great writing. Excellent writing. It could have been cheesy the way they did it. It could have been slow. It could have been too fast. It could have been overt. But the way they got to this point, excellent writing. Shout out to the individuals that wrote that. But Larry, how did you feel about Sam? We got his background, Larry. Sam was a bona fide CPA on Wall Street before that crack pipe hit during that era. And the next thing I know, Larry, he's telling Marvin the story Marvin had to come back, clean up his business. What you got on that, Larry? How'd you feel about that scene?
Man, it was really sad because you see just how far he's fallen. Like when he's telling his story about this brother was doing it for real. He was like, I worked up in one of those high-rise buildings, had my own cubicle and whatever, and that was a big deal back then. I mean, now you would think you next step up, you want your own office or your own shop, but the fact that he was actually doing it and he was making money and he was working for a big firm, and all it took was that one hit and everything spiraled downward. And it's really, I mean, it was just really sad to see how far he's fallen. And I was sad for the brother. As soon as he got off that bus, I was like, I was like, man, I mean, I kind of feel like with Marvin, like if you really want to save this brother, you needed to literally drive him out of town. You need to drive him and drop him like in Ohio or something and be like, don't ever come back, He
should have drove him to Miami, or he should have drove him somewhere else where they're doing those kind of drugs. And then it would have became their problem. He wouldn't be trying to get back to New York, we think.
Yeah.
We think. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you all have come to love and adore this new member of Team Life Gains. And this is going to be her first time getting broke in with Larry. So this should be a lot of fun. It's you guys' favorite, Lexi the Targaryen, and she's got some new music, ladies and gentlemen. She let me sample it, and it's fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Lexi. She doesn't just do
How you
House
doing?
of Dragon. She also does Power. So how you feeling today, Lex, about this finale?
I loved it. I was literally like, Power has me like literally by my imaginary kahunas, because I had to like fast forward and peek and make sure nobody died. And then I went back and was like, okay, I can watch it. Like it was literally at the end. And as soon as they start creeping around the corner, I was like, I can't do it. My anxiety started. But I was so happy with it. I felt like it gave us action. It gave us wrap-ups. It gave us anger. It gave us casualties. It gave us innocent people dying. It's always good when innocent people die in the TV shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Lex, would you say that this was one of the more gratifying Power finales? I told Larry, this is easily a top 2 for me out of all the finales.
This is my favorite one. This was my favorite one because literally, like, and I know we'll get to there, but like when Rock got hit, I said to myself, Kanan or Daddy Howard, who was it gonna be? When Neek came around that corner, I said, Joey. Oh, I love you some Joey
goodness.
Badass.
Look, I told Crystal, I said Kanan about to save her. And then when it wasn't Kanan or Daddy, and it was Neek, I said, yep, he getting the draws next season. I said
it was the tension. It was the little look at the table where she had to get a thug on. She like, he tripping, but she was sitting there like, ooh, I saw it. I'm a girl, I know.
Trust me, say, as a man who's had over 100 some odd different women at some point in my life, I saw it too.
I just want to say, if you are a bad guy and you're about to shoot somebody, don't have a conversation first. Don't make some dramatic statement. Just shoot them. Because otherwise somebody's going to come up from behind you and blast. Don't wait. Don't have an imaginary camera push in on you. Just do your work and leave.
It's that any last words moment where you just know you won. And then it's just like,
No, I mean, hell, your ass can glow after they dead.
Yes.
Like you can glow after they are officially dead. You can sit there and say whatever last word you want to say to them, like it's a damn Clint Eastwood movie. Wait till they dead, man. But you know what? I was happy that them Italians got shot, and we'll get there in a minute. So next question, I'm gonna throw this one at Lex because she came right in on it. Me and Larry we're just talking about this exact situation right here when Unique and Rock had this meeting. She's trying to get him to join her network. He says, I'm an independent, but he was talking that slick thug talk to her. You know what I like, baby. Showing all his damn gold caps and shit. You know what I like, baby. fucking Rick James up in this bitch, and, you know, and she was kind of, you know, you know, a girl is feeling you when she's trying to be hard, but she's not being too hard. She's being witty. She was being more witty with what she was saying. So did they overdo the playing of Rock's hand, or did you like the way they set Rock up to show that she likes him?
Oh, it was beautiful because we've seen Rock with that witty reaction with Symphony, and that's how we know it's genuine. And I think that was another reason to get Symphony out, because Neek finna be her new love interest. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's giving like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, I love everything about it. And then on top of that, like, if she would have just left it alone and went back, but when he walked off, it was like how she kind of looked and smirked and looked up.
Right.
And I said to myself, now that look, let's take it back. That look that she shot the baby mama, was it kind of on some, now it's kind of, was you feeling Neek anyway? And it was just the tension of everything. Like, you never know. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Hold on, let me shake my paper right. Shout out to my homegirl, Monique Nicole. She was the only one who stood by me when I said, are you feeling that energy between Rock and Unique? And Monique was the only one who said, yeah, I feel it, the way he was talking to her all slick. And Larry Lex is about to hit you with something brand new that we just talked about before you got here, about what might be happening next season with not a threesome, but a quadrangle of men dealing with Rock. Talk to her, Larry, about Rock. Talk to her, Larry.
Very, very intrigued.
Well, you know, you have Unique, you have Symphony that's still rolling around, and you cannot discount the draw of that actual biological baby daddy. He's still there, you know, and Kanan's getting to know him. He's getting to know Kanan. He's already pulled Kanan out of trouble a few times, and they show up. They show up together right as everything is right there, and they show up, and because she's up there, everything's getting shot up, every place is getting hit. She's probably worried, where's my boy at? Where's my boy? And here he comes, safe and sound, with his daddy. I'm telling you, there is something there that's still going to be, there's going to be a little tug right there. It's going to be a little biological tug that's going to happen.
And I'm telling you, Lex, in the middle, after Unique beat the draws up one good time, they're going to sprinkle Symphony right back into the Kool-Aid. You know, a little Symphony sugar. And then what's Rock going to do?
Now he coming up to do some urban planning. And he don't know that she done fell in love. He don't know that she done fell in love with the competition. But old school daddy undercover El Snitcho, they may have a moment with Kanan where he really saved him, and it's just like that. Dang, yo, Rock out here wilding. Rock Rhaenyra. She the Black Rhaenyra. Rock out here.
She is definitely the Black Rhaenyra for sure, man. For sure. Now, Larry, I'll take you to this one, man. I
have an idea of what could get Symphony in trouble, though. Is that Symphony is definitely, he's down, he's not a snitch, but I think the one thing that can get him to talk is if something happens to Kanan. If Kanan gets shot and that female cop comes and says, hey, enough is enough, when are you gonna man up and speak to us? Kanan already got shot. What are you gonna do? I think that might be enough to make him to push him over the edge and say something. And then Rock would be forced to go ahead and kill him. She drove by that last time and let him go, but I think at that point she'd be forced to pull the trigger.
Maybe
done with Symphony.
Yeah, we might be. We might be done with
Symphony. But I hope we're not. That's believable.
Right, definitely. Shout out to all the 200 people that have tuned in to see us on a football Sunday. We're very grateful. You know, Larry has a YouTube channel. Link is in the description. Lex the Targaryen makes wonderful music. Link to her is in the video description. Go check out her new song. It's a hit. And of course, you know what you get from your boy, me. I'm here all the time, the regular, making things happen. My link is in the description. Share us with your people too. By the way, Larry, this one comes to you. A lot of females, and one male in particular, me, was tired of the fake ass Aaliyah. I was tired of Ziza. Ziza got to go. I predicted her death, Larry, more so because I didn't like her character. You know, like, no. Anyway, They bring her up in the beginning of this story talking about she done created a tape. And if they needed somebody with music, damn it, you should have came and got Lex the Targaryen. Her shit is 3 times better than that bull job Ziza got. Secondly, Ziza stole Mary J. Blige's beat. I hope Mary J. Blige got some coins for that beat. So Larry, she pops in that tape. It sounds just like Real Love. And your boy got a letter. What was you thinking was on that letter Lulu got when Ziza was playing that stolen beat?
Well, the letter was the one that was basically saying that Rock was that Rock had an ownership in the label.
Yeah, but that's not. But take your mind to what you was thinking when he got the letter, not what you learned after the fact. When he first got that letter, what was you thinking that was?
Oh man, I wasn't sure what it was. I just assumed that it was going to be some crazy something that had to do with Camacho, but I didn't know what it was. And it did turn out to be something with Camacho, but I didn't know what. I wasn't sure that it was going to be something that had to do with Rock. I figured it was going to be something to do with what's his name, Cartier. I thought it was gonna. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something that like he owned all of it now or owned whatever. Maybe with his ownership position and taking Camacho's, he ended up with majority ownership or something. But I'll be honest with you, I feel a little bad for Ziza because she just. I mean, she hadn't really done anything to anybody. She just showed up. She was just, just singing and Lou saw her, brought her in.
Larry,
and
no
she ended
way.
Up mixed up with
Larry,
all this. I just,
Larry, no way. She saw Lulu kill Crown and was complicit with it to further her music business. If she was innocent, she should have got out right then.
I hear you on that, but take this. Here's this. You're in there. You're going to work.
Right.
You show up to the studio. You just witnessed your producer murder somebody. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? You going to scream and run and then try and hope he doesn't catch you and kill you? Or you going to act like you're down and be like, now what are we going to do? And just roll with it because you want to stay alive. I kind of feel like she was in a real jacked up situation, regardless. I don't think she deserved to die, though.
That was 3 episodes ago, Larry. 3 episodes. She been had time to go to the police. She even gave this boy draws 4 times after she was complicit in the death.
There is truth to that, no doubt. She could have went ahead and walked away after that. I still don't think she deserved to die, though. She didn't put hands on anybody. She wasn't in the game. She was just singing. Just singing.
Let's ask from a real artist that we actually have on our panel. What would you have done if you would have been in a situation like that, Lex the Targaryen, the real artist on this panel that can sing?
Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna hold you. If it was current day and it was my producer, Hookmaster Jazz, I'm gonna help him hide that body too. I ain't getting rid of no good producer. Now with everybody out here crying on the auto tune, I'm gonna help Jazz hide that body on me. On a real note, that was a real note, but on a real note.
Oh, see, there you go.
Listen, look, good producers is hard to find. Shout out to Jazz. But no, seriously, she was a casualty and it was sad, but I knew she was gonna die as soon as her dumb self said, and my parents were worried, but nobody's getting shot over a song. I said it's a body bag for her by the end of the episode. Soon as he says Zisa get out, I literally went like this to the TV. I knew it. Sis was sitting there thinking about her life choices and stealing Jukebox song while she had that slug in her lung. I bet she thought about it. She knew what was going on, but like she was a casualty. So I get the side of like you knew, but like especially being in the music industry, you got friends and know people that's just like that, and they're your friend for their own reason, not what they do. But then that's just that one time you get caught with them, and it really happens. So like it actually is like sad because she's just a young girl. She what good girl don't like a bad guy? Lou a thug. Lou got everything under control. She ain't think she was gonna get wet up in her dude's studio like. So that was tragic. I was happy it happened because she worked my spirit from episode 1 until. So I'm really glad she's dead. And hopefully, Jukebox version go on the radio. Go Juke.
Now, Lex, I'm with you and Larry, but oftentimes what I do on this show is I like to play devil's advocate. I'm not someone who believes everything in life is black or white. There's fundamentals, but in between the black and white, there's a whole lot of damn gray area. I get that. So sometimes I do play devil's advocate to try to make things black and white when in reality, ladies and gentlemen, everything in life is not black and white. And shout out to the super chatter. DeMarcus Vaughn, I was going to get there, but for whatever the reason, all my browsers will not let me screen record anything. But I agree with you on this. He says, Patina Miller showed her range in the scene with Lulu. I own you, Ninja. She got her Franklin Saint on in that scene. I'd say she went a little better than Franklin Saint, to be honest with you. Shout out for that super chat. But I was going to record and lead in with that, but I've got to figure out how to get around my Maxop little devices that they put in here so that they don't let people like me screen record stuff from something your ass is paying for, okay? So give me a week or two to get around this, and I'll get back to it. All right, I'm back to you now, my friend, Lex the Targaryen. We found out how Juke's mama figured out she was a lesbian. It's because that little boy, for the sake of the argument, I'm going to just call him Charles. She sent little Charles on a date with her. Juke was giving him the wrong signs. Juke didn't want to kiss him. Juke didn't want to get him the draws. Now, I think that that's a little dastardly on the mama's part and the church, but I'll see what you say. You are a lady.
Yeah, a little dastardly.
And so Juke stepped to this dude. He actually disrespected her, and she whooped that ass. Talk to me about that Juke scene when she beat up little buddy and then got arrested by the police. And I thought she was going to beat the hell out of them too. And she didn't even take her earrings out and whipped his ass. You know when y'all serious, them earrings come out. She whipped that ass without going Super Saiyan and taking out the earrings.
Juke gets a brava and a hair from me, the Khaleesi, because that was so needed. Like, what is your problem? Like, that's an East Coast thing, though. If you got somebody to take off their earrings, you got time and you prepping up, you could be gassing. When you just start swinging, it's like, yeah. Juke with teams and hoops. She's a psychopath. She's from the East Coast. This is how we are. But like she rightfully so. Like they literally set her up. And like I hate when people of the cloth, like especially with me being a preacher's grandkid, like I don't like when people manipulate what word they want to use and like how to do it. Like, so you want your daughter to be Jezebelling it up out here so that you know she likes men. Like, what did you want her to do? Sleep with the boy, let him fill her up? Is that not like devil's? Like, come on. And honestly, how she was on a date, she was cool, let him kiss, and then on a shy note, like, chill. What did you want her to do? Slop it him down, like on his head? Like, like, are you okay? So I'm not saying she deserved to get shot, because absolutely not. No one deserves to get shot while trying to make things right with their daughter, but I'm not gonna miss her season 3.
Larry, floor is yours, man. I wasn't with that Christian setup either. I wasn't with that Christian bear trap. That's what it was.
I'll say this. First of all, Juke, if she had been born probably 15 years later, she'd have a whole nother career. Because, boy, did you see those moves? She was swung, she bobbed, ducked, blocked. Know? She would have been in the UFC.
Larry, did you see the uppercut?
Clean too. Clean. And then it was kicking the holy bejesus out that kid, boy. I'm like, you better be glad that your boys weren't there, that they didn't see that, because you got your ass stomped out by a girl, and there's no living that down. No. But as far as her mama getting lit up, I'm glad she got lit up. I'm glad she's gone.
Me too.
Because she came in there. She left and bonked out on him, and just, I mean, she knows who Marvin was, and you left her for, so you can go try and be some wannabe singer riding the coattails of some ball player, and that didn't work out. You stay gone for 16 years. That relationship, if you're with some ball player, that relationship flamed out long before 16 years. You could have come back long before that, but you didn't. And so now you want to come back and you don't even have the decency to accept your daughter as she is. You left her in the hands of somebody else. She became somebody else because of her circumstances, whether or not she was gay or straight. The person that she is, she became that person because she didn't have you as a part of her life. You left her in other people's hands, and now you want to come back and not accept her, and you want to try and change her and all that. Plus, to be honest, the real reason why I'm glad that she's gone is because I think it makes it easier on Juke. I think it would be much more difficult to have her alive. Like, it's like Juke never really knew her anyway. So now that she got to meet her and experience her, and now that she's dead, I think it's easier for Juke to mourn her and say, okay, my mom's gone, go to the funeral, cry a couple tears, and then move on with her life and not have to deal with that ever again. So,
and that is if Larry, she goes, to the funeral after what they've done to her. Look at how mad she was at Marvin for disrespecting the LGBT community. She was so mad with him, she was ignoring him, wouldn't even stand in the house. Not only did the mama disrespect the community, but the mama tried to convert the community out of her. So I don't even think she would have went to the damn funeral, Larry. I don't think she's going to the funeral. I'd be surprised.
Yeah. I'll tell you the thing that gets me though through this whole thing that has been a pleasant surprise, and I think is probably going to play a big role in Juke, because we know at some point Juke gets on the straight and narrow because she becomes a cop. So she has to at some point gone on the straight and narrow enough that she can pass a background check. And I think that her ex-girlfriend's dad is going to have a lot to do with that. Because that dude just seems like he pops up and he's like, I'm not afraid of who you are and what your life is. I'm not afraid of it, and I'm here for you. And he seems wholly legit. I hope he is, because he comes off as if he's wholly legit. Yeah.
For now, we're going to talk about him, Larry, because I think Juke made a big mistake in divulging the information she gave him, but we'll get there in a second. Larry, the next one is for you because it's age appropriate. See, there was a person on this show, an Italian named Stefano. I guarantee you Lex the Targaryen don't remember him from a show me and Larry remember way back in the 80s, because her ass wasn't born in the 80s, Larry. me and Larry remember Tony Danza from Who's the Boss.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he used to look like, Larry.
Yeah.
I know Tony Danza. They have all the oldie shows on streaming services. We don't need DVDs.
It's a classic now. We grew up with them, and now they're classics.
Yes, it's just like the Golden Girls, man. There was some shows that were white based that black people gravitated to because they was forward thinking. Who's the Boss is one of them. And we had Stefano up here. He is the boss of Southside Jamaica, Queens. And Sal goes to him and says, look, I want your permission, my brother. Kiss, kiss. You look good as hell at your old age. Stop lying to me, man. I looked at myself and my balls look better than my face. Stop lying to me with that Italian bullshit. Nothing like that, he said. Okay. So, Larry, how did you enjoy them showing Stefano respect before they have a war in his backyard? But did you like the way Rock stepped to him first? And also, Larry, how about Stefano making, whenever you come talk to him, you got to buy a damn fish tank out of his fake ass fishery store, knowing he a drug dealer. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was just funny. That was funny that, first of all, when he said, yeah, Rock, she came and bought a whatever size tank, and he was like, fine, I'll take the biggest one you have at the end. But I like the fact that everybody was smart enough, especially Rock was smart enough to go to this dude and say, hey, I'm not asking you for your help. I'm just asking you to stay out of it, basically. Like, This is a beef that has nothing to do with you. This is between me and him. So let it stay between me and him. And the dude seemed like he was about that business. He was like, yeah, I'm not, you guys do what you do. If you got beef with her, beef with her. And that's that. And, but the dude seemed like he was coming there almost like he wanted some backup, because he knew that, they knew obviously this dude is deep. Like, his crew is deep. So, someone's saying he's a racist too. All those Italian dudes back then, they might still be today. Yeah. They're all, a bunch of them been racist. It's not like, I mean, even when we were talking about when Unique was right there with them when they were out next on the when they were meeting with Rock and Marvin and them, as he was walking with Unique, he called her a moolie or a mullion or something like that. Right? He was talking to Unique when he said it. It's like, I mean, everybody knows they're racist. He's, Unique sort of. I mean, people are just like, we know who they are, we know what they are. This is about business. We need to go through them or around them or something for business. So we're just going to deal with what we have to deal with. But
right.
For any of you who haven't seen Tony Danza, a lot of people think because the roles he's played, he's always played sort of like this big dumb oaf who's just, whatever.
Or goofy.
Yeah. He's actually a smart dude. And an educated dude. He actually he was a teacher for he actually was a teacher early on, and he went back and started teaching again. And there's actually a reality show where he goes back to, he's from Philadelphia, so he went back to Philly and he was teaching in Philadelphia. I think he was teaching middle school or high school, and it's a really an interesting show. So if you guys are interested, check it out and you can see what it's like.
Yeah, and we mentioned that as I kick it to Lex. We mentioned that too in here, that most of the roles you see Tony Danza in are kind of like goofy, happy. So it must have been a blessing to him to get a role where he can be a crime boss of Southside Jamaica, Queens. And we're going to
see him again. That was an introduction. That wasn't a one-off. That was an introduction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gonna have to see him. And in real life, ladies and gentlemen, the dude is not racist at all. As a matter of fact, he is a champion for equality. You don't hear about it a lot, but he's always fighting for equality and things that can bring people together. But back to the way they did it on the show. Lex the Targaryen, you're close in that New York area, and all I can say to you is they claim those Italians, they claim they're racist, right? But let your ass walk somewhere with some short shorts on nearby them. I bet you they'll show you how racist they are. So watch your back around them Italians that claim they're racist.
Oh, he bringing the garlic bread over to sis house while she fried a chicken. Don't get it twisted.
Black
I'm from Jersey.
I can't.
So all that Soprano stuff is real talk. Like, don't get it twisted.
Oh my goodness.
He likes shrimp and grits in the morning too. Don't play. But I just want to take it back to season 1 and trigger y'all brains really quick. His store. Do you remember when Rock was trying to find a cover front and Marvin said my Woody Early or whatever from what's the name was trying to open up an exotic fish store and sell back?
Yeah. So they just brought that right on back with him. Wow.
Okay.
Soon as he said the store, I'm like, okay, season 1, I see y'all. Marvin ain't as they think. Now is he? Now, as far as this, I was really, really, really excited. I loved how all of that played out, but I do. Rock is smart. Like she been slipping a lot, but for her to go to him first was smart. But at the same time, although he didn't interject himself, he was kind of on their side. Like handle her.
Yeah, kind of.
Like handle her, but this is all real stuff.
It's interesting. Like dude was saying, handle it, but I think this is gonna I think this dude's position is really going to be in jeopardy with those other Italian families because if he can't handle Rock, his position is going to be like, he might as well just walk away from it because they're going to be like, if your weak ass can't handle this little black mullion, what do you call her?
Tootsie.
He called the Tootsie Roll and he called the
Tootsie Roll. Yeah, if you can't handle her, like if you can't handle a little Tootsie Roll mullion, what makes you think you can handle our business?
God almighty, I can't with y'all. Don't y'all know Tootsie Rolls is great candy? That's the kind of candy that gets stuck in your teeth. And y'all complain about candy and foods go away so quickly. Not no deep chocolate Tootsie Roll. They stick in your teeth for a minute.
Ew.
Give me a Tootsie Roll tomorrow. Shout out to one of God's angels. I wonder how Juke is going to feel about Kenya getting bodied like that in front of Rock's place. Probably nothing. Nothing. I don't think she's going to feel
Not necessarily.
Tell us.
I don't feel like she would feel anything necessarily towards Kenya, but the fact that her aunt house got what, like Juke still got to get darker. Every season she's going to get darker and darker. So my thing is, it may be the anger of her father actually getting hit, although I'm pretty sure Marvin is going to make it. Her mother actually dying, regardless that it's still her mom, you know what I mean? Angry or not. And like her aunt getting hit, like it's a lot. And like, to be honest, Juke harder than Kanan. Like she been harder than Kanan.
That's why I don't think she's gonna
catch her body yet, and she harder than Kanan.
She hard, and I don't think she's gonna care about Kenya dying. I can't
wait to see her first body on camera. That's gonna be like, yes, it's gonna be good.
But the thing with Juke is a story all by herself. Like they just showed you the way she beat that little boy butt. Imagine when she started using weapons.
I'm just not sure we're gonna see that because we know at some point Juke becomes a cop, so she can't have bodies on her and I mean, people are gonna know about that. How are you gonna be running around murdering folks and then become a cop?
Maybe
get your record expunged.
Maybe she murders like one.
You can't do that.
Gets away with it.
Yes, you can.
You know what I mean?
No, you can get your record expunged, but when you apply for law enforcement, all those juvenile records, all those expungements, all that stuff is never going away. That stuff is still there. Like maybe a regular job, if you go apply for a job at Price Waterhouse, it's there. But
hold on, Larry.
Law enforcement has access to all that stuff, even juvenile records.
Not unless you have some paid politician who is the head of something dealing with the police department, and the stuff magically goes away. If you're rich enough, it goes away.
Burke Nicole father.
Period. If you're rich enough, if you connected enough, and I'm speaking because I know one, if you rich and connected enough, it goes away. Period. And
maybe her dad, maybe her friend's dad will take care of it. And somebody said Juke wasn't a good cop. She wasn't a good cop, but you still have to pass all the background checks and the psychological exams and everything else to get to be a cop. And then you could be as bad as you want to be once you have that badge. But
now, what is she in DC? She was
a
a cop in DC. That's right. All right, Nicole. The next one is for you. Speaking of Juke, go ahead.
Maybe Juke goes to DC to take over that part of Cartier's business that Rock is trying to get a hold of.
Oh man, we got to talk about them. Right, we got to talk about them because Juliana talk about getting some get back, and I hate to say this, but I did enjoy Juliana's get back. Y'all can be mad at me all you want. I don't give a damn. I enjoyed Juliana's get back because Rock was disrespecting that woman. Like, this woman is scared. She's helping you out. The same person that apprehended her is still creeping around in her store, and you didn't do nothing to help solidify her safety. You got what was coming to you on that one, Rob. But I'll get this. Let me shut up. Okay. Classic candy. That's right, Robbie. That candy is classic, like soul for real. Candy coated raindrop. It surely is. Lex Nicole, for you. Targaryen, excuse me, for you. Juke was bailed out by Burke. And in that bailout exchange, she wanted Juke to give up Kanan's dad, and she's not doing that. But she did give up the fact that the captain and other members of the police department are investigating her, and she's literally the odd woman out. How long are they going to keep dragging out Burke's tired ass? Because we starting to feel like she Cooper Saxe number 2. Floor is yours.
I give it until like season 3, episode 3 for something with Burke, because they can't keep dragging it much longer, because it's going to be, you don't want to bore the storyline. But what I do feel like it was perfectly setting up, like she, once again, like Howard hit it on the head, like she got pieces, but she trying to make sure it completely fits before she like put it out there. And like, although she knows she still don't have like that concrete 1-2, but the fact that she was ready to just plant something on Kanan just to get him in there, like she's obsessed. And the crazy thing is, regardless of him shooting Howard and getting away with it, Howard is okay with it. Why are you like, go home? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's what upset me the most and annoying me. But ultimately, she's gonna die, and then her girlfriend is gonna be investigating what happened to her. That's why they introduced the little girlfriend character, because Burke is on the time clock, and I can't wait for it. She's really annoying. Like, she's really annoying. Her and Zisa was neck and neck. So one down, one to go.
Larry, I'm gonna give it to you, but let me shout out ladies and gentlemen, it is a testament to the work as a YouTuber you put in when you can attract other big-time YouTubers to watch you when they could be doing anything. We've got B. Avery watching us, and we got the big homie Brillo in the building. Both are great content providers. Links are in the description. Check them brothers out, man. They put out great content. It's a blessing to have my contemporaries come show us some love. And Larry, I said that anytime you meet a white girl named Adina, she's a keeper. I love an Adina white girl. Keep her around. So how do you think things is going to spin with Burke, Larry? Burke and Ju. Where are we going to go with them? Are they going to ever be lovers, or is that off the rails now?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. But it won't. I think maybe it might happen at like maybe the end of next season or something. Because I feel like because Burke is a good cop, and I know people are annoyed with her because she's digging into her partner and digging into other cops. People get annoyed with her. But let's not forget, out of all these people that we're seeing, she is the only one on the straight and narrow. She is the only one that is actually a good guy. You know, okay. She hasn't done anything. Like even when she said, like, you know, when Kanan said, I don't have nothing on me, and she said, I'll put something on you. She didn't do it. She was just threatening him, which was, you know, it's not fully cool, but she didn't do it. You know,
it's gray area. It's gray area. If she would have done it.
It's one of those things. Cops are allowed to lie to people. They're allowed to lie to you. Right. So I mean,
100%.
You know, what she did was legal. Some people might say it's not ethical, but she's still the only one on the straight and narrow. So I think that if she hooks up with Juke, it won't be until Juke actually turns 18. Like maybe right. Something happens and her partner gets her current partner gets killed or something, and somehow Juke and her end up commiserating, and it turns out Juke has just turned 18 and they end up messing around. I can see something like that happening.
Yeah, definitely. Lex, what's up with the scrunch face? You can't see her. Look. She's coming. Yeah, she this close to being with a black. She's with a white girl named Adina, damn it. So one more step and you black. Just go ahead and jump on over there.
I don't want to see that.
None of that. None of that.
Like Kanan and Palomar, it was still nasty. Certain stuff is like, you know, it's TV, it's like, whatever, but that's nasty.
Wait, not the lady who's a Targaryen and all the Targaryens sleep with their own. Okay, if you my sister,
time period, my lord, you're crossing time paths.
I'll tell you though,
hypocrisy knows no time limit. From the day the earth was born till now.
Denial is no longer in Africa. It lives in me as well. Long live the Targaryens. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm done. Larry, you and her running the show, man. I'm getting out of
Oh damn!
I gotta move on to something else, man.
That whole Palomar thing was nasty, though, man. I was like, this pedophile ass bitch. I was like, come on.
And she, that actress plays those kind of roles, not per se like messing with kids, but she plays kind of like the villainary role in a lot of the shows she's a great actress now, don't get me wrong, but she had her grown woman pants on to play that role that day. Shout out to my man Juan with the 199. This question is for you, Lex the Targaryen. No, this one's for Larry. Okay, so Larry, you hit on this earlier. Lulu now knows that Rock is the one who helped Crown Camacho, as if she knew that Lou might kill Crown. She owns pretty much all percentages of the business, which is why she was so anxious to help him kill Caviar Cartier so that she could get Lou's business and the drug business. And then she gave that famous speech, Ninja, I own you, in an eloquent speech that only a callous, cold, ice water vein sister would give. Larry, talk to me about that whole situation. And why the hell can't Lou walk out? Man up. And
Lou is going to leave, right? He's going to leave. The problem is it's family, and that it's hard to walk away from family. But here's the thing. What she just did was said, I don't respect you even as family. I will take everything from you. And the fact that she tries to say I own you like I'm your master and he's some sort of slave. I think he basically just said, I think what she just did was lost her best soldier.
You think she lost him?
She lost him. I think that even if he sticks around, I feel like she's gonna have to watch her back when it comes to Lou. Lou's not gonna be there and just do whatever she wants to do. I don't think Lou's gonna put a bullet in her back or stab her in the back, but he might just decide not to show up one day. You know, when now, people are coming for her, he might just decide, I think I'm gonna have an extra cup of coffee today at the diner, and she's up there getting lit up.
I'm gonna make this even more complicated for Lex. Lou might do exactly what Larry is saying, but how the hell is Lou and Marvin gonna feel when they catch their sister in bed sleeping with the enemy known as Unique? That could be the icing on everybody's love cake.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think that would necessarily be it, because when you look at it, like, it's an L for Neek too. Like, he shot at your son, picking your son up from daycare, like, you know what I mean, on Rock's orders. So it's really wetness on both sides. So I don't think that would be it. But how she coming at Lulu is absolutely, like, I was in shock I thought Lulu was gonna shoot her, like the way he had tears in his eyes. And I feel like, I don't know. I'm not saying he may shoot her, but I feel like somebody may have to, because we always got to keep in mind the Kanan thing, like when he said, you're not a killer till you kill somebody like who you love. And I really think that came like past the Sean thing, like back here, like something crazy gonna happen in the Thomas family. I don't know what yet, but nah, she's really coming crazy. Like, regardless, he's not a street, like, that's your little brother first. Like, that's really your brother first. And if it was up to Lulu, he would have been on that midnight train to Georgia. He was packing his stuff to go. He was really just about to get his bread, his stuff, and go. Like, I think he was going to cut ties with everybody and just get quiet. But the Italians came in. So it's like, every time they pull him back.
Can't go. And this is the other thing, Lex. I have argued that from last season to this season, they've softened Lulu's character. And you know, on my Monday night show, we've got 3 women up there whose boyfriends are in this order: Unique, Lulu, and Marvin. And usually when I got stuff to attack those 3 men, they be throwing darts at me as if I'm a dartboard in some cheap ass beer bar or something.
A tavern.
Marvin has been, not Marvin, Lulu has shown softness several times this season. He's shown some hardness. But overall, his greatest demon that he cannot overcome is his sister.
Yeah.
He's crying in front of his sister.
You know what that was like if you have older siblings, like anybody you know, like, you could, even at this age, like, you could be as tough as you want. Like, your older sibling yell at you, like, it's like, if you notice, like, his body language changed to the point where his head started to drop, his shoulders started to drop. The tears started to come because he knows he can't escape his sister. Not only from the business point, their family. Like, and I feel like we'll get more on the Thomas family season 3, because they started off when it was like, you know, before, when she picked Kanan up from Virginia, and it was like, you know, y'all was supposed to move down here before, and we didn't hear nothing else about it. So you know that's gonna be a flick back scene at the beginning of one of the episodes before the you know, because it's more to it. Like, but she's Rock need to be humbled, and it's happening slowly but surely, because she's too big-headed. Like, a lot of I feel like Marvin actually might have the head for the business now, because she said Marvin ran the business at first. Not only did he run the business at first, you know, it was the drugs and stuff that got him set up. Marvin is clean as clean could be right now. But I feel like the stuff that like her character was more than an anger point for Marvin. It really has him into a perspective, how he talks to Juke. Look how it turned around and saved him at the end of the episode. What he's projecting now, don't get me wrong, he's still a street dude, but Marvin's thinking is a lot differently. And like, let me take a second, just like he told at the table, let me take a second. Where Rock, she trigger happy. Like, she's really trigger happy, because if she would have just sat and waited a freaking second, she wouldn't have lost her best one-eyed Amen. Oops, I'm sorry, I meant Scrappy.
Well, while she's on the road, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep the mic on her because this kind of ties into exactly what she just said, ladies and gentlemen. So you're on a road with Rock. And a lot of us have been saying Rock needs a humbling. She needs an eye-opener. And she should listen to her brothers more. Well, this situation that I'm about to give you commentary on caused both of those to happen. Abraham and little buddy that she killed for a caviar Cartier, stabbed her ass in the back, went to Woquan, was smart. Her homeboy was at that meeting, seeing who she was meeting with, and went and ran back to the guy, cut her ass out the deal. And 2 times Marvin had to tell her, shut up, keep it moving, you know. Then they go to Jaquan and they be like, look, get me back in this deal. And she talking big stuff to Jaquan, and Marvin had to say, this ain't the time, this ain't the place, showing the escalation of Marvin being the leader again, like you're saying. But in that moment, I love the balls of Juliana, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Rock needed this. Rock ass needed. Yes, I love Juliana's balls. And at the end, Juliana said, Jaquan said, she's dangerous. Juliana said, fuck that. I'm dangerous, bitch, too. Floor is yours, Lex.
Scary. She's so scary. She is that typical girl who got a big sister, or like the people who ain't had no friends and they join the military and they rank up fast, so they use she pump faking because of her cousin. Please believe that. She is so, I can't wait for Rock to deal with her, because at first, like, I understood, like, when she was like, you don't need unique, but like, she really boasty, like, she liked that, like, girl, where was all this energy when your husband was doing you like J-Lo? Where was that? Where was that energy? Like, you forgot sis saved you? This same person that you cut in the back, like, literally saved you because your husband was dogging you every night. It couldn't have been me. I don't have the patience, because I would have slapped at that table and it would have been over. I probably would have got shot. She's like, I can't wait for Rock to handle her. Rock needs to be humble, but not by Juliana, because she's wilding out now. She's bugging. And then on top of that, dude who did y'all watch Greenleaf? That's Basie Skanks. So I don't know his name in Power, but that's definitely Basie Skanks from Greenleaf. The dude who he told her to kill Cartier or whatever, him. He's on the chopping block too, because you just cut her out. Like, you paying attention to Rock, but you not paying attention to Rock. Rock is diabolical. Anybody who has crossed her so far done got dealt with, except Unique, and that's because I think they saving him for what we said. But everybody clock ticking. Juliana, she not gonna make it out of season 3, and I can't wait.
What?
Nah.
Larry, floor is yours, my man. Lex the Targaryen just said Dracarys on my whole statement for season 3. Just Dracarys. Fucker, Dracarys. What you got, Larry? Are you gonna back me up? But where you fall at on this situation, Larry?
I think that what's her name? Juliana, when she said I'm dangerous too, she is dangerous, and she just showed how dangerous she just. And here's the thing, Rock underestimated her, because she looked at her and she doesn't have respect for Juliana, because she thinks of Juliana as the little bodega broad that was getting beat down by her husband. She doesn't have respect for her because Juliana's not in those streets like Rock is. But Juliana she's dangerous because, as you know, as a woman, women have to move in a different way than men do. You have to be smarter at times so that you can get what you need to get done without having to go about it in the same way men do, because you can't always do it that same way. And Juliana has just showed multiple times she's smarter than Rock. Rock is playing checkers and she's playing chess. She's moving 2 steps ahead of her. So by the time Rock figures out that something's gone, she's like, damn, what'd that happen? Who did that? And then here's Juliana sitting up there like, bitch, you didn't even see me coming. You didn't even see me coming. I'm just getting started with your ass, you know? And Rock is up there trying to make it seem like Juliana's just like some hysterical chick, like, oh, this is just some personal shit. She's just mad because of Unique. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You still got played to the left. You still got played and didn't even see it coming, you know?
So Larry, that's why Juliana is dangerous. Like, I get what Lex was saying, But the real reason why Juliana is dangerous is because of she controls Joaquin. And I'm starting to feel, is she coming on to him? I thought they was cousins.
They really look like some Lannister stuff going on. I said that a couple episodes ago. They real buddy. I don't like it.
Yeah, like ain't they cousins? They cousins. Look, hey, I've heard some people in the country say if you fourth in the country line, then hey, your ass is fine. That's what I've heard in the country. You know, I'm from Aden, North Carolina, and I've heard that.
Because why you got your hair curled in, then he's out near your cousin? That's weird. She be all at the table like Selena before. Like, I don't like that.
God. Oh my God. You know what? I'm changing the subject. I'm done. I gotta go. Larry, this was on you.
You know what's funny though is that with Rock and Juliana, Rock seems like she really just is in the game because she wants to be in the game. I think she just likes the respect. She doesn't even really care so much about the money, and we saw that in a bit when she was talking with Juliana, and Juliana was like, "What? Do something with your money. Why are you just having it here?" And Rock tried to get all uppity with her and just like, well, don't tell me what to do. But she was like, "Bitch, you're out here running drugs, killing people, doing all this shit, and for what? Yeah. So rats can eat your money? Do something with it," because Rock doesn't really even care. Rock doesn't care about the money. Rock wants to be out there and act like a nigga. She wants to be out there running drugs and shooting people and acting a damn fool. She likes that street life. She doesn't really care that much about the money, I don't believe. I mean, we see left and right, it seems like people come through and just start grabbing, they start grabbing like whole day receipts. Kanan's up there snatching bags of dope and running, coming up. It's like Rock just like she likes that street life. She didn't really even care about the business, it seems like, that much,
Wow. Larry, I've almost got us folks to the off ramp because there's some other YouTubers that are going to be following up behind me. Be sure to check out Moochie. Be sure to check out Nita. B. Avery is going to be coming on tonight with his movie news roundup. Check out all these fine people, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow. And our finale of Game of Thrones, I can't wait for Tuesday night. It's coming.
Are we?
And we're going to talk it up. We're going to talk it up.
I want to know, is Famous going to go see Diamond down there in Mississippi? Because he needs to get those 7 pounds of pressure removed,
They didn't even finish that storyline. Yeah, they didn't even address, but they will. They saving that for a rainy day. So I'm gonna give this one to Lex, and then we'll roll on, get ready to roll on out of here after two more subjects. So Unique tells Warrell, and Warrell is on my paper, people. I said his ass was gonna die. He's up here. He tells Warrell something that I knew was coming when he told Rock they're going to go in business for themselves. He basically tell Warrell, look, these old Negroes is doing these crack rocks. We need to move into something different. We need to change business. I 100% think he's talking about cocaine and getting into the Wall Street game. How did you interpret what Unique was talking about, Lex?
That is literally the first thing that came to my mind, coke. And it's around that time period.
Definitely.
Crack transferring over to coke, you got to pay a little bit more for the booger sugar. So, I think that's exactly what he was talking about. That's literally because, even weed, they have weed now. Weed and pill, that's small for our money. Like that coke money.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
Look who do it. Look who do it. The CEOs. The Wall Streeters, motherfucker.
The people who can run into the bathroom, get a quick bump, and then go back to work like everything is normal.
Let me tell you something, Lex. Not only do they do that, but they can cook the shit in a frying pan, liquefy it, put it in a nasal spray bottle, and take it on the plane with them. How do I know? Because I've worked with the CEO who did that, ladies and gentlemen. Floor is yours, Larry.
I think he's moving into something else, maybe I think maybe he's going to be moving into heroin or pills or something, because coke actually came before crack. Crack was sort of a way to democratize cocaine.
Yeah.
Because coke was so expensive in the powder form that having crack allowed everybody to be able to afford it.
Right.
And so I think it's going to be heroin that he moves into next, and it's going to be more expensive. It's going to be for a while there, I think it's going to be a more upscale clientele, and then eventually it'll, do like everything else. But he sees, like he said, he sees the writing on the wall. He recognizes it's just a bunch of old heads, and crack is played out. So
crack is whack. Crack is whack.
And everybody was saying, like, back in the day, everybody used to joke, saying, used to joke talking about calling people crackheads when they acted crazy. Nobody wants to be a damn crackhead,
No.
So,
on point, DeMarcus Vaughn with the $5 super chat. Unique will start selling heroin. I can see that. Definitely see that.
Somebody said Unique gonna start pimping.
Hey, it ain't tricking if you got it. That's all I can say. If you got it, it ain't tricking. Give me that money.
Oh my goodness gracious!
All right, last thing we're gonna cover, then I'll let y'all out of here. And by the way, thank both of you panel members for giving me an hour on your Sunday. I know for some of y'all it's cheat meal day. It's football day. Some of y'all have sex with the spouse day. It's all kinds of good days, and y'all shared your time with me, and I'm grateful. Keep doing those things once we get off here. So they turn on the Four Seasons to play Oh What a Night. And lots of white people and some black people and all people, I reckon, they love that song. It's a classic. But Saul turns that on and he goes in there and he's playing pool, thinking like he's Santa Claus. Visions of sugar plum black people dying are dancing in his head. And so they hit up Lulu. The casualty from Lulu is fake ass Aaliyah Aziza. She's dead. They go after Marvin, who survives because he was kind, thanks to the person that Power killed that I wanted to keep seeing. Keep killing these fine ass women. Don't even give me and Larry time to talk about them, damn it. Because he learned from that woman, he got saved by the dude in the wheelchair. And last but not least, Larry. The hit goes to Rock's front door. Kenya gets shot up only for Rock to be saved by the man that has a definite I-beam, a trigger finger for her panty draws. And I can only imagine what Rock panty draws look like. Unique. Talk to me about the death sequences at the end, Larry, and what you like, what you didn't like.
Yeah, as far as Kenya getting shot up, I have no real, I have no feelings for her. It's just like, bitch be gone spray. Be out. It's like
it's been real. Real.
I mean, she came in, she went out. That's cool. I feel like as far as Unique showing up to save Rock, I know everybody's thinking like he showed up because he had some romantic feelings for. I think he wants to smash, and he may even have some romantic feelings for her eventually. But I think Unique is much more calculating than that. I think he recognized when those Italians came through and started shooting everybody. They didn't come and they didn't go and say, shoot everybody up, but don't touch Unique. And they could have done that, but they didn't. He came through and they shot up everybody. They shot at Unique. Worrell was right there right next to him when he got shot. So he was, so they came for Unique as well. And I think Unique was smart enough to realize I need to go and get Rock. They're coming for Rock. Right. I need to get Rock because right now my fortunes are tied to Rock. And if Rock goes, I have no connect, I have no work, I have nothing, and I don't even have my connect with the Italians anymore because the boy that gave me the in route, he's dead, and the husband, and his dad's mad about that. So I think he recognized that his fortunes are tied to Rock's survival. So when he showed up there, it wasn't just because he was romantically inclined to want to save his girl, or his future girl. He was showing up because he was trying to protect his own interests.
Hey, your panty draws is definitely part of my own interest. I'm with that. Lexa Targaryen, you get last word on this before we get out of here. What did you think about that whole crescendo sequence and likes, dislikes, and where we going?
I feel like it was shot beautifully. Sal is just prancing around like a ballerina in like the pre-slow-mo with the pool stick. And then it's the chaos on the other side. I was loving it. And I felt like all three of the Thomas family would have been safe because Lulu could have got shot this season already. Crown, good Lord, he kills Crown. Marvin had his chance to get shot already, and Rock actually did get shot, which I wanted, like, finally, not to kill her, but just to sit down real quick. You know what I mean? So all of that, Zisa, she needed to go. Thank God they got that out the way. Warrell then needed to go. We got that out the way. I did feel bad for Marvin's homie. I can't think of his name, but we kind of been seeing him around since season 1. Just like, not a main role, but we've been seeing him. So he was a loyal.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. And Kenya, like, there's no love lost. So I love how everything happened. But like I said, I knew Rock wasn't gonna die. So I'm like, but I love how she was, she's such an East Coast girl. She was just taking it like a G, like, just do it. It's like, yeah, Rock. But I knew she wasn't gonna die. So I'm just like, Kanan Howard. And Income Unique. Good God. That was the most beautiful sequence I've seen in all of Power history. It was just like bronze, black, hood Jesus. Like, shout out to Joey.
Oh God. Lord.
But no, like, it really was dope. And I do think he actually does like her, because if not, like, he really could have took over, teamed up with Marvin and them. Let's do our get back, whatever. Warrell died, your sister died. But like, he actually went and got her. And I think it's more of a sense of these, pizza eating MFers, like, they got us effed up because they done took shots at everybody. So now it becomes a sense of, when you're, people that you don't necessarily rock with, but when you got a common enemy, it's like, nah, we got to band together because you got us messed up. And next season is going to be great. But I kind of actually would like them together as a couple, and maybe like one of them actually dies and that's what breaks them up. But we got to get rid of the baby mama and his kid.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this is what I kind of wanted to happen that didn't happen. I wanted to see, like, I know everybody was like, I don't really care if Ziza got shot. Got killed. I really didn't want her killed. I would have rather them did something like they shot her in the throat and just killed her music career. Because then, and maybe had something else happen to somebody else that's in the peripheral that gets shot up and hurt but doesn't die. Because I want people angry at Rock. I want people angry at this organization, because right now the cops are just like, no one. It's like the cops don't even have a way to touch them at all. There's not even a hint that they're in any trouble with the law. All the trouble that we see is coming from, some other crew somewhere, whether it be the Italians or Unique Soul crew or from Juliana's people. It doesn't seem to ever come from the cops. And I want there to be that element of, okay, people are angry and they're willing to talk now, because bad stuff has happened because of them, because they are doing terrible stuff. And I want those people that have been touched by that terrible stuff to be willing to come forward and say something. And I think if you had people who are alive still, that have suffered but are still alive, you're more likely to have that.
Scrappy Mother come in at.
I was about to say, Larry.
Yeah, but Scrappy Mother's in the game, though. That's the problem. She's in the game.
Everything but even with that, like, every place that got hit is technically like really almost in Rock's name, minus the stash house in Jersey. I don't know if Nika was in Jersey, but her house, although she's moving out, there's a body there. That studio is in her name. There's a body there. Like, now cops actually can come, and I feel like this is where Howard's role next season may become more interesting, because that's how eyes and ears on the inside, because the only person that's like eyebrow pop towards it is Burke. But you want my honest opinion, I think that Captain Baptiste might actually know that Kanan might be, or like it may be something with the Thomas family and him, because he was probably the captain or like somebody senior to him back then as they moved up, because they both seem like they've been at the precinct for a while. And when Bert came in that last time, he got on the phone immediately, was like, put me with Eternal Affairs. So I think it's a lot of small factors that but that can link back in.
And you saw that detective that Captain Baptiste sent to talk to Nicole's daddy was interviewing Buddy, who getting damn well he heard that gunshot when Streets Need a Body Boy shot Old Boy. So you can see Bert teaming with him, because they do start circling in on this Thomas family. And as Mac is saying, they start building a RICO on somebody. It could get interesting, because right now Bert is alone. So the way you keep her story interested, get another cop that can start seeing what she sees and then starts vouching for her and starts digging into their business too, while you got a dirty cop still in there trying to throw interference. It could get interesting. They need to do that to Bert.
I think they will, but ultimately, and this is a pretty big jump into the future, but I think ultimately Rock is gonna survive the whole series and be locked up like on a Rico, or she can't, like on some queen pin, she can't get out. And that's why Kanan said he was going to see her, but that's also why nobody could pick up his remains, because she's in the pen. I think Marvin and Lulu are possibly dead, and maybe Rock kind of snap out a bit because in the end she lost everything, and I can hear 50 with the voiceover and then blah blah blah. But like I think that's how he ends up taking over, because Rock gets put away. I don't think she's gonna die at all.
I'll tell you what I want to see next season too. Y'all gonna hate me for this, and I hope we see it. I want to see a young Cooper Sacks, fresh out of law school, just starting with the DA's office, coming in there working with Burke.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
Coffee boy, young Cooper.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
But his family too plugged in. I don't think he would have started at the bottom like that.
That's right. His family is plugged in.
I don't think he would have more plugged in than Burke.
But they don't like Cooper Sacks. Cooper Sacks is the black sheep of the family, though. So if they was gonna haze one of the kids and make him go through the hardship that everybody would normally have to go through, I could see them doing that to Cooper Sacks. But
I think I think one of the reasons why he's a black sheep is because he went and became an ADA, because he became a government attorney instead of actually going in and becoming a big time corporate attorney or a hedge funder or something. He went and worked for the government. I think that's part of the reason why he is a black sheep. So I could see him starting off at the bottom at the DA's office or something, and his family's basically like, look, if this is really what you're going to do, you're going to have to go do it somewhere bigger. And then they use their influence to get him to the ADA's office.
Mm-hmm.
Or to the,
well, ladies and gentlemen, we have enjoyed entertaining you guys. 450 people came to see our crazy comments and theories and intelligent comments and theories and entertainment, and we are grateful. Check out our people. They'll be scattered all over the place tonight. Come back and see us tomorrow when I have another panel, and definitely come back for that House of Dragons. Lex will be back. And I'm thinking of doing something independent with Larry Wednesday night, possibly if I can get the time. So you guys come back for that. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, check out Larry, check out Lex. There are links in the description. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We out.